are you this evening? Welcome to Mystery Stamping. My name is Cheryl Wright. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from northeastern Montana, where I hope to inspire you one project at a time. Anyway, we're doing mystery stamping tonight. We're going to go back and do an oldie but a goodie, number 10. We haven't done it for, I think it was over a year ago. So we're going to do it again, but with new products, like new products. I just got some that showed up today, so we get to use the new stuff. Anyway, be sure to say hello in the comments when you join me, and let's go ahead and get started. I have a few things to share with you, and my earbud just went wonky, so I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully I won't have any issues. I just have a ringing in my ear right now. Let me remove that for a second. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Have some wonky sounds in my ear. So I'm hoping it's nothing major. Hopefully everything stays where it's supposed to be. All right. We're just going to have to go with it. All right. Well, Nancy and I survived stamping cross country, and we're ready to do it again. Right, Nancy? Beautiful in Kansas. Well, that's great. It was chilly here today. We had the wind kick up last night again, and it didn't last very long, though. All right, I need to take my little Stampin' Cross Country banner off. I probably could have left it on there for just advertising. Okay, enough diddling. Let's get started. Bonus days. Oops, that's not the trash. You have, about 6 days to get your bonus day coupons redeemed if you have not done so already. Close to 70s, and yes, trying to recuperate from the past weekend. All that crafting. Painted Illusions is the product of the month that you can get. If you place a $75 order, you can get Painted Illusions for $5 more. It's kind of our new version of Celebration. And they're letting us share the newest. Here is the March. The March product of the month is going to be a stamp set. Isn't that cute? Very springy with all those little baby critters. The sentiments say, especially for you, a little note of thanks and happiest birthday wishes. This begins to be, this will be available March 3rd is when this goes live. And it's 2-step stamping. I just noticed that note. Anyway, we have that, but this is the one that we're using today because it finally came in the mail today. Woohoo! There is a join special if you get that. Amazing. I love it. You've seen me use it multiple times. The Stampin' Positioner tool. Oh, isn't that stamp set very cute? And Anna, hello. So also on March 3rd, the online exclusives has a new batch coming out. This is the cover. That's all I can show you. Anyway, I will have it in my newsletter on Tuesday, March 3rd. So if you want to get a copy of this fun little PDF it's kind of like a catalog, but it's the PDF, so you can print it yourself or just look at it online. Sign up for my emails, please. That's where all the good information is. And then the January online exclusives are still available, and that's the old one. They made this one and realized that they hadn't put any products from this catalog in here. So they redid it. Anyway, just a reminder that these catalogs both end in April. Pretty sure, May 4th it says, April. April is the end for these two, and we're only going to have one to replace it. So that's the new catalog routine. I don't know what else to call it. Anyway, there you have it. So be sure to check out these catalogs, which are also linked at the bottom of my emails. There you go. All right, so mystery stamping. I'm ready, but I'm not. I've been working on taxes all day. I tell myself every year I'm going to do it better, and every year I don't. So, and then my son and future daughter-in-law stopped by, and we got their wedding invitations finalized and ordered, but they needed my computer and, you know, my opinion, right? Anyway, so I'm a day late and a dollar short. What else is new? But I have most of what I need. So I have cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored. I don't have mine scored, so we'll score it together, and some scraps. Cardstock white. I don't have my white cut yet. Let me see what this white is. 2 by 5.25. Oh, okay, so that'll be 2 and 5 by 5.25 soon, plus scraps. Depending on how you want to design your paper, your card after that. Designer series paper. You need 2 of these, 1 3/4 by 5.25. Sorry, this printed wonky. And then you need a coordinating DSP that's 2 by 5.25. I decided to use all the same. So they coordinate. They're just very matchy-matchy. All right. So, and then you need a stamp set, embellishments, ribbon, twine, adhesive, ink, and it will be in portrait orientation when we are done with it. So I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to go back and do some cutting and scoring, and I'm going to give you some pointers. So let's do some scoring. It says we're going to score with the long end at the top. We're going to score it at 2 inches. And 3 1/8. And then 5 3/8. And then 6 1/2. So 2, 3 1/8, 5 3/8, and 6. Sometimes I get this wrong and it just messes my whole card up. So I'm just double checking because I went through the measurements again, but I forgot to hold my card up to it. All right, they're good to go. Now cardstock, we needed whiter vanilla 2 by 5.25. Watch how fast this happens. This is actually your back piece. 2. There we go. Got that. And then your pattern paper. So let me show you the new paper. This is the paper that just came in the mail today because it fell out of my cart the first time. Hi, Deb. How are you? So this is February's product of the month. And I cut this piece up. This is the product that you get for $5 when you place a $75 order. And it's available while supplies last. The stamp set that was January's, it sold out. The paper from December hasn't sold out, and this hasn't either. I think this might be my favorite page, but we're not using it tonight. I like all the swirls, but I wanted this one. This one looks more like a rainbow, and I have not used the Sunshine Vibes bundle yet. So this girl's making some rainbows, I hope. So for mine, I want it to look like a rainbow going across all 3 panels. So I cut a piece that is 5.5 by 5.25. 5 1/4 is the height. I want them to look like they're going across the arch. So I'm going to cut one of the smaller panels off this end and one of the smaller panels off this end and have the 2 inches in the middle. So when I put them on the card, it's going to be rainbowish. That's what's up here. All right, so 1 3/4 is one of the ends. Oh, not scored. And then I don't want to do 1 3/4 here. I want to do 2. And then that should leave this as 1 3/4 if I did my math correctly. And yay! So then when you put them together on my card, they're going to look like that. All right. And then I also needed, stamps, got all that. Got all that. All right. So set those aside. I'm going to kind of keep them in order so I don't have to do it again. This is Flirty Flamingo. I already told you that. This is one of those cards that's like an accordion fold. The one's closest to the center, you fold one way and the other two, and then I'll show you so you can, it stands up like this. Makes a little peak, and when you flatten it, it will fit in a normal envelope, in a Stampin' Up! Envelope. All right, that's where we're headed. Do you remember doing this one before? I haven't talked this much all day. So this piece is going to go here. This piece is going to go here. It's kind of rainbowish, right? It'll work. All right, that's where they go. Like I said, this is your back. And then you just get to decorate it however you want. That's what the scraps were for if you needed them. So let's go ahead and glue some Designer Series paper down. And then we'll just get to turn each other loose. In the bigger sheet, there was more arch to these white lines than there is when you chop it all up, but I think you'll still get the same effect that I was going for. There we go. And then I was looking for something springy, and this paper wasn't supposed to be here till tomorrow, but my daughter-in-law went to the post office today, and lo and behold, there it was. I thought it was coming USP or UPS, but it was transferred or came USPS. All right. So there's our card base. And now you get to just jazz it up however you want. Like I said, this is going to go on the back in there, but I'm going to stamp mine. I hope you stamp yours. Like I said, this is one we haven't done for a while. So on the back, I'm going to send good vibes. The star of the show on this bundle, in my humble opinion, is not the stamp set. It's the dies. And I can almost guarantee, I don't know if I don't think this is on last chance, but since it's in this case, its days are numbered probably. I don't know. I don't know what Stampin' Up's up to half the time. So, all right, we're going to put a sunshine back here. Sending good vibes. I am going to, actually, I'm going to use my positioner tool. Wasn't planning on it, but I am now. All right, just because I'm going to make that yellow, and I'm going to do a little extra fun stuff with it. And it will work better with the new positioner tool that you can get if you become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or you already are and had the opportunity. Otherwise, you can get it a little bit down the road. So I'm going to use the big plate. I want it to line up. I'm just going to, there. Is it going to come up? Oh, I need to do it on the paper probably. It was just not going where we wanted it to. I am making this harder than it should be. I'm going to put it right over there. Does that look right? Ah, perfect. There we go. Like I said, I haven't used these, so they're very, very sticky. Watching tonight because you work today. I understand that. Just take notes. There's a chance that you've done this one with me anyway. Alrighty, Dev. I'm just trying to get some of that sticky off from my stamp. With the positioner tool, I can't just drag it across the paper like you're used to seeing me do. All right, so now we're going to put this here and figure out where I want it. Nope. It's going to come over. And it's the sun, so it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Tell myself that. I think I'm wheezing. I don't know why I'm wheezing. Maybe it's my wonky microphone. No, it's just... All right, come on, paper. Behave yourself. Well, that's just going to be it. All right. All right. This is one of the techniques that I shared in my big long video, but we're going to do it again. And I'm reaching around. I'm sorry. I'm going to use some Daffodil Delight and Flirty Flamingo, and I forgot to grab the Flirty Flamingo. So you get to go on a little ride. Did you get to do any of the Stampin' Cross Country this weekend, Deb? Or are you going to play catch up later? All right, I'm inking it up. And remember, you can just let it come up slowly. You don't have to let it come up really fast and mess up the paper. Ha, ha, ha. There we go. All right. I'm going to do it again. I want my sun to be nice and bright. I don't know why you guys are on a delay, but I've had a couple hiccups in my video. All right, now we're going to do the fun part. I forgot to grab my daubers though. Like I said, I was planning on coming down here at 6 my time. And then my son and daughter-in-law came in, daughter-in-law to be came in, and they needed to use the computer, my computer. And so then I visited with them. So I didn't get down here near as early as I wanted to. All right, I'm going to grab my daubers. And that looks Flirty Flamingo-ish, doesn't it? Yeah. I just kind of go color family-ish. Yeah. So without cleaning that, we're going to add some Flirty Flamingo on some of the rays. And the top of the sun. And you can't really see it very well, but hopefully you can see it when I stamp it. All right, now to make sure this is juicy, do you remember the huffing where you like you're gonna fog a mirror? You're not blowing on it, you're gonna fog a mirror. So I made it nice and foggy. And there we go. Hi, Ardelia. Finishing supper. Yay. I have to do that when I'm done here. Come on. That big sun stamp doesn't want to let go. See? It just gave it that shadow. Awesome. Awesome. That's what I wanted. All right, we're going to set that aside and that aside. Oh, I'm going to stamp under here too, though. I'll clean it off. Oh, I was so on top of everything all weekend. I haven't been down here since. So I just feel like I feel like I'm losing my voice. That's weird. Can't catch things from people over the computer. My colleagues were battling some sicknesses. All right, let's see. On the front, I was going to put hello, and then we'll put sending good vibes on the back. And since we have it here, we're going to line it up right under there. And we'll get the black. Pick that up. Grab some black. Oh, boy. That is sure sticky today. And using black and words, juice it up really, really well, and know that you're probably going to do it twice just because they're bold letters. Oh, that moved. I didn't do a very good job of setting this up when I set it up. I should have set it in a different place. It's like it wants to not be exactly where I want it. All right, we're going for it. And then we're going to let it come up slowly. Oh, that was wonderful. Hey, that's not half bad. I'm going to add another layer. I don't have to really ink it up. I just want it to fill in some of those holes that you get with the black. And there's the center of my card. Woohoo! Nice and dark. And I got a little shading with the sun. And this is going to go on the inside. I don't think I'm going to use this anymore. So let me clean off that stamp, and I'm going to be doing some die cutting. How's your card turning out? All right, this is going to go here, and I might use it for later, but that's later. That's later. This is going to get glued in, and then I can play with the rainbow pieces. This would be a great card for like get well or thinking of you or happy birthday, but this set doesn't have happy birthday in it. So sending good vibes, make sure it closes, flip it over, and now we're going to do the front. We're going to decorate up the front. Now, like I said, these dies are the star of the show, in my opinion. They are it. So I am going to cut that out of white. And then I'm going to cut some of these out. And some of these out. Well, actually, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use these. All right. I'm going to start there. Now I need some other colors. According to this, I have my Flirty Flamingo. My Daubers. Flirty Flamingo, Darling Duckling. I had that out yesterday. It's right here. Darling Duckling. Wow. Don't know what I did to my throat. Could be from talking all weekend. Now, if you were not a part of Stampin' Cross Country, there were free videos on Sunday that you didn't have to pay to watch. And they were about scrapbooking. And remind me at the end of this video, and I will share the scrapbook that I made with everyone. Mine's just a mini album that you can use for, ooh, I just busted a nail. And the piece was jabbing into my skin. Granny Apple Green, Lost Lagoon. I have all these ready. Okay, they're just easy. Lost Lagoon. Pretty Peacock. Pale Pink. Pretty Peacock. And Petal Pink. Sorry, I gotta fix this nail. How many pages did I use for my album? I will remind me when I show you at the end and I'll tell you. Well, I know I used all 6 of the the vertical flip-flops, and then I used several 3x3s. So maybe 10. If you count 2 3x3s as a page. I don't know. I can show you in just a minute. Petal Pink. There we are. So we might do it in the order that it is over here if I have the right size pieces. All right. Got the white. Now we're not going to. That looks like Secret C. So we're going to grab a Secret C too. So try them. We're just going to go with whatever size fits. How's that? We're not going to do them in rainbow order like we learned in elementary school. That's going to be white because the white's there. We'll do this. This one can be Darling Duckling. We have these. Maybe it's going to be that color. Sorry, I was going to change my mind. And then we'll do, let's do this one next. And then we'll do this one next. Then we'll do this one, and then we'll do this one. Ha! All right, and this is, oh, I forgot the Pretty Peacock. Maybe we'll use Pretty Peacock instead. It fits on there nicely. There we go. We're going to go that way. We'll try it. If we don't like it, we can change it, right? All right, where's my Post-it note tape? Actually, I don't need Post-it note tape with these because I'm not trying to keep them in a spot. I need my machine. I always forget to get my little one out and ready to go, but I could use my little one for this. Do you have a little machine or a big machine? Hi, Glenda. Oh, I forgot the State of the Union address was on tonight. Boy, I'm competing with the big dog, huh? Oh, I'll try to be quick so you can go watch if you'd like. My husband's at a meeting, otherwise he would be watching it. I'm going to get almost all these on here in one fell swoop. What? We're going to... No, it's not going to work. We'll do two. I have to do the other one anyway. This is just such a fun little set. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it. And then, you know, winter hit. I don't feel like making rainbows in the middle of winter. I should, but I don't. I don't like to do this very often, but I'm going to give myself a little cough drop because my voice is raspy and weird. Probably all the ink fumes from the weekend of stamping cross country down here, huh? Now, one idea would have been good with this is using adhesive sheets. This one's got a bunch of stuff in it. I might take your, you know what? I'm going to get the cutting done and then I'll clean these up. I have a mess. All right. This is going to be white. That's not a big enough piece of white, Cheryl. Voila. And then what color didn't I use? I didn't use the green. I don't know where the dye went. Ay, ay, ay. Wasn't the little one. That would just roll down my lap. All right. We'll have to cut. Oh, man, it's this one. I found it. The lost has been found. You know what? I'm not going to use granny apple green, though. There really isn't any green on that paper, so we'll use Darling Duckling. I do not have a smaller piece, but I will trim it down after I'm done with it. So the granny apple green did not get used. Okay. Now, I have all kinds of those things. I'll have to get those out later. I always try dropping them first. It works sometimes. Oh, I know. She ended up with bronchitis. She was not feeling very well. You could just tell, couldn't you? I haven't talked to her today, but I hope she's on the mend. Cute. Here's my, then I'm going to glue it down too. Oh, lots of little fiddly bits on this one. Oh, there it is. Since we had nasty wind last week, I have been dealing with allergy stuff. I don't know. I don't get worse, so I don't think it's anything besides allergies. But I'm one of those allergic to air allergy girls. Not allergic to much else, but air. Only certain times. All right. That must be the one that fits right there. Ooh. And then the pink. No, I might not. I might have needed to do more research on this because these both look like they're the same size and they can't be the same size and work. Huh. Okay. There's that one. There's that one. There's this one. I already used that one. Huh. Oh my gosh, we might have to do this a different way. I thought because it was going on the front of this card, it needed a base. I have seen it used other ways. So that's going to go there. One just might not make the cut. Now, if you have all these little bits that I was just throwing all over the place, you have to get a desk vacuum. They are slick. See? Just scoop it up and they're gone. They even work sometimes on the insides of the dies. But we're not going to play that game right now. We have crafting to do. Cleaning can wait. Okay. Maybe I missed a level. Maybe I didn't. Something's not adding up here, people. And that's why my channel was originally called Craft with Cheryl. Not show up and watch me put on a show. We're crafting together. That's the same size there, so that's not going to work. All right, it looks like we're going to need some regular pieces. Some regular rainbow things. I want to use some Flirty Flamingo. I know it's the background, but I think it's a pretty important color. So we'll do that. And crank this through. It's another color that's very prominent. Maybe the Darling Duckling. And then we'll piece it together with all the pieces that we have and we'll call it good. Because mystery stamping is supposed to be a quick video. So far, it's not quick. My husband's not home for me to tell him, oh, it's the fast one tonight, honey. I try to send it through the roller, not a straight edge first. So if you saw me, I just turned that around so that the round end will go in first. It seems to catch better. All right, I think we have enough to complete our rainbow now. Rainbow. I like this one. So we're going to use that one. So we're going to put it on there. We're not waiting around any longer. This would be a good time for me to get that silicone mat out that we used. All right, we're going to put the ones we know we have on, and then we'll fill it in with the yellow and Flirty Flamingo. I'm not much of a, I've always liked pink, but I'm not much of an orange person. There we go. Where's our other fun rays? And yes, I know they're not in the right order, but we're happy. We're doing our own thing. Probably going to have the adhesive eraser out. Yeah, I'm surprised they made two that are basically the same size. We're not going to use that yellow one. We'll save that for another project. Then sometimes you just need to anchor it down for 2 minutes. That one's too big. And we'll have that one's that size. So we'll put the yellow. Maybe we'll just put the Flirty Flamingo. We won't use the yellow there either. These are sized differently than I anticipated. Can we fit another one in there? That's that size. That's that size. The yellow's not going to make it again. This is one set that is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Which is sad because I really like the idea behind it. Now watch, I'll watch some videos now and go, yeah, that's what I should have done. It matches the bow. It goes with the boho vibe paper. I think it's called the boho. So that's my rainbow. It's okay. I didn't use half the pieces I thought I was going to, but it turned out just fine. Then I had a banner I was going to use. Textured note dies. They are leaving us, but they're on back order. So when the next shipment comes in, they'll be available as long as the next shipment lasts, and then they're gone forever. I'm going to cry big tears. Not really, but you know. We're going to get into the mystery box here. See what we have. I'm going to put the word hello on the front. That might be a better option. I like this, but I wasn't going to use that big of a word. I'll use hello. And I think I'm going to grab the secret C. It is a pretty cute little rainbow, isn't it? Ooh, that's a good color. I could get my positioner tool out, but It's not necessary all the time. Hello. So we're going to put the pieces together. And there you will have my card. I would love to see your card. Share it with me, either posting it underneath one of my posts or send it to me. I'm happy to, I want to just see it. I will ask you before I post it. If you don't want it posted, let me know. But otherwise, I will try to get it shared. Maybe I'm allergic to you guys. I'm covering up that pretty, no. We'll have it in there. This is that old sheet that I was telling the Stampin' Cross Country people about, or maybe I was telling everybody about it. They're thinner. They have Stampin' Up on the back, but they're so much thinner and they're kind of starting to yellow. But they work. Use them up. Now, before I put this down, no, we're going to go for it. There we go. I was going to see about some ribbon, but my ribbon stash is very, very low. So I can put some of those on, or those. Ooh, some sparkles, but those aren't the right colors. Those aren't the right colors either. This could pass. Ooh, I could do some of these for, no, we're not having clouds. Put a butterfly on there. They're leaving. I'm sad about these. Very sad. Almost as sad about these as I am the textured note dies. All right, those are our choices. I like these because there's the petal pink and the duckling. So we're going to use some of these. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Ardelia Secrecy is one of my favorite colors as well. I can't believe how much I really like it. Seems to be the perfect cross between navy and black. It's the only way I can describe it. So since Darling Duckling got left out of the equation, we're going to the paper equation. We're going to add a few Darling Duckling embellishments. And there's my card, something just to brighten up someone's day. And we will add one butterfly. There we have it. And if you missed the back, there's the back. So I would love to see your cards. If you want in on the new catalog or the new online exclusive, be sure to have signed up for my my email. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to show you my, my album. But anyway, sign up for my email to get all the news. And you can do that at craftwithcheryl.com, which is craftwithcheryl.com. Anyway, my album that I made. Let me back up. Let me back further. before we get too carried away. Okay, if you want to take a snapshot of the clue and the card so you know what number goes with this card, go for it. And here is my album that I made during our Stampin' Cross Country Scrapbook Sunday video. And this is made with, I made it with a kit. It's a scrapbooking kit, but it's on sale for $18 right now because it is on the last chance. It is in the kits. It is not in the memories, the card making, the scrapbooking. Anyway, it's linked in the video. If you go back and watch the video, the kit is linked there. These are the measurements to make the book and the spine. And here is my little mini album that I made about going to the conference in Raleigh last spring. We're getting ready to go to the onstage conference in Long Beach next month, where I get to see all my Stampin' Cross Country besties and a few others. I mean, I know a lot of people. Not a lot. I know some people. Anyhow, if you think this would be fun to do someday also, it's the perfect time to sign up to become a demonstrator. That's the only qualification you have to go to these conferences, is to be a demonstrator. So you couldn't register for the March one. It's too late for that, but you could get in good and be ready to go to the next on stage. So check out my video if you want to see how I made this. Oh, I was going to count the pages for Nancy. 1. Well, I already know that I used 6 of the big ones, 6 4x6s. Let me double check. So I had more than one pack out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I used 6 of the 4x6. 3, 4, 5. I used 5 3x3s and 1 4x4. Oh, I'm glad you got to watch it, Linda. I think I saw you chatting there with me. So there you have it. There's that and my rainbow card. And I will be here on Thursday night. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I will be here on Thursday night with a class for you. So have a great evening. I won't be here on Thursday night if this turns into something, but for now, I think it's just from talking. Anyway, have a good night. And thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing as usual. I appreciate you crafting with me. Have a good night. Bye-bye.